wasn't how it was supposed to go. When Meghan Markle walked down the aisle at St. George's Chapel, she wasn't just marrying a prince. She was marrying into history. Cameras from every corner of the globe captured the moment. Oprah sat in the crowd. Elton John played at the reception. The world watched as the American actress became the Duchess of Sussex. But beneath the tiara and veil, there was another narrative forming. Not one of grace and duty, but of calculation and ambition. Meghan didn't just want the title, she expected the lifestyle. The kind of lifestyle built on centuries of generational wealth, political leverage, and royal immunity. Private jets, palaces, curated power. In her mind, the wedding was an acquisition, a move on the chessboard. Except the game changed. Because Prince Harry, as it turned out, wasn't the golden ticket. He wasn't the billionaire royal playboy with an army of staff and secret offshore accounts. He was a man haunted by trauma, estranged from his family, and increasingly irrelevant in the only system that once gave him purpose. His wealth? Limited. His reach? Shrinking. His influence? Fading. Behind the glossy photos and Spotify deals, the reality was much darker. And Meghan? She wasn't sticking around for the slow collapse. According to reports aired on Fox's Kennedy and backed by multiple insider accounts, Meghan Markle has quietly shifted gears behind the scenes. Sources close to her, former colleagues, friends turned informants, even disgruntled PR contacts, paint a stark picture. The Duchess is tired of playing princess. She's done with the royal act, one source said. The tea parties, the coat dresses, the performative humility, it was always a means to an end. From the moment she stepped into Kensington Palace, Meghan played her role with precision. But behind closed doors, she was already plotting the next move. A production company, a book deal, a streaming empire, all branded under the banner of feminism and social justice, yet expertly crafted to serve a single goal: global fame without the royal leash. Now, those close to her say she's reverted to her pre-Harry playbook. Ambitious, calculating, target locked on reinvention. The royal brand has run dry, and with dwindling influence in the UK, she's shifting her sights to a more lucrative stage. America's billionaire elite. For a brief period, Meghan Markle attempted a rebrand, one centered on motherhood, mindfulness, and a vaguely French aesthetic. The Montecito image was waning, so Monaco became her soft launch for Act 2, the serene, stylish, humanitarian mom. But the rebrand flopped. Sources say Meghan was hoping for neighborly respect, maybe even admiration. Instead, mockery. In Monaco's tight-knit high society, the Duchess found herself the subject of hushed ridicule. Locals, no strangers to wealth and aristocracy, weren't impressed by her designer yoga mats and curated paparazzi walks. They saw through the performance. One resident told Le Journal de Monaco, "She's trying to pass as one of us, but there's no authenticity. You can smell the PR strategy." The final straw? Meghan's speech at a sustainability gala, where she spoke passionately about climate change. The next morning, headlines broke that she and Harry had taken a private jet back to LA. The hypocrisy was glaring and viral. Memes spread. Influencers mocked. Even late-night comedians joined in. And just when the backlash reached fever pitch, Hollywood sweetheart Brooke Shields, a woman known for her grace and kindness, delivered a subtle yet scathing blow. During an interview, Meghan once again resurrected the infamous "I wrote to Procter & Gamble at 11" story, a tale already fact-checked, debunked, and retold to death. Brooke's reaction? A pause. A smirk. Then, "Some stories," she said softly, "aren't worth repeating." It was polite, but it was ice cold. Netflix had been promised royalty. Instead, they got reheated leftovers. When the $100 million deal with Meghan and Harry was inked, expectations soared. Executives envisioned a sweeping documentary series, celebrity interviews, maybe even a fictionalized drama about palace intrigue. Instead, viewers were served Live to Lead, a barely watched TED Talk compilation, and later, pineapple tutorials. Yes, pineapples. Meghan's cooking show, pitched as a celebration of community and culture, was delayed for months. Insiders claim the footage was unusable, lacking both energy and direction. She couldn't even chop an avocado properly, one producer said. And every shot felt staged. Nothing was real. Still, the footage was released. Why? Because Meghan, facing increasing scrutiny, needed content, any content. The result? Humiliation. Viewers panned it, critics called it soulless, tone-deaf, and an influencer's vanity project. One Hollywood insider said, "She's box office poison. The public's not buying it anymore." And then came the distancing. Oprah, the very woman who gave Meghan her career-defining interview, stopped returning calls. Tyler Perry, once a vocal defender, reportedly pulled financial support from any future joint ventures. Spotify cut their losses and walked. Hollywood has a short memory for failures, but it never forgets frauds. While Meghan burns through projects and allies, Prince Harry has become a shadow of himself. No longer a working royal, he's lost his military titles, patronages, and some say his purpose. Once admired for his candidness and charity work, Harry now appears lost. His rare public appearances are marked by a vacant smile, a rehearsed wave, and tight-lipped silence. Those who knew him describe a man adrift. He's not allowed to push back, one friend claimed. Even when Meghan's plans implode, he just absorbs the damage. He doesn't argue. He nods. He follows. In private, Harry reportedly battles isolation and frustration. Estranged from Prince William, ignored by King Charles, even the Invictus Games, his once proud legacy, has suffered in sponsorship and media coverage. There's talk of Harry seeking therapy, of night terrors, of a growing paranoia that he's lost everything for a dream that never came true. He gave up the crown and was left with crumbs. So, what does Meghan do next? Insiders say she's fishing again, but this time in deeper waters. Whispers of high-level meetings with Silicon Valley moguls have circulated. Names like Elon Musk, Eric Schmidt, and even Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos have come up in gossip columns. Meghan's recent appearances at tech summits and media forums aren't coincidental, they're calculated. She's rebranding again, not as a duchess, not as a victim, but as a brand visionary. But here's the catch. Billionaires don't gamble on PR risks, and Meghan, she's become one. One tech CEO reportedly described her as a liability in heels. Another said bluntly, she doesn't want a partnership, she wants a rescue plan. And that's the heart of the problem. Meghan's past is littered with former friends, ex-partners, broken deals, and burned bridges. In a world where trust is currency, she's bankrupt. Meghan Markle has now become the woman no one wants to stand beside. The Obamas have distanced themselves, allegedly frustrated with the Sussexes' attention-seeking behavior. Beyoncé, once rumored to be an ally, has never publicly supported Meghan again. Even fashion brands are backing away, no longer offering exclusives or invites. And the whispers are turning into open mockery. Satirical TikToks parody her speeches. Reddit threads dissect her every PR move. YouTubers profit off her downfall. Even former Suits co-stars have subtly indicated that their respect was limited. She's not hated, she's dismissed, which in Hollywood is far worse. But this story doesn't end with Meghan, because behind the scenes, something unexpected may be forming. Rumors suggest that Prince Harry, weary and bitter, is starting to fight back, quietly. He's been meeting with British contacts again, legal teams, PR strategists, even royal advisors. Some speculate that a secret memoir sequel is in the works, not about his past, but about his present. And the twist? The person allegedly helping him navigate this silent revenge is not who you'd expect. Sources hinted could be Lady Sarah Chatto, Princess Margaret's daughter, and one of the most discreet royal confidants. Others point to a quiet alliance with Pippa Middleton, who's reportedly grown protective of William and wary of Meghan's lingering shadow. Whatever the case, the tide is turning. And Meghan? she may find herself on the wrong side of the very empire she tried to conquer. This wasn't an escape, it was a miscalculation. Meghan Markle thought she was playing chess, but in the end, she was playing poker, with no cards left. Too controversial for the monarchy, too inauthentic for Hollywood, too obvious for tech elites. Even her neighbors roll their eyes. And Harry? He's become a ghost of the prince he once was. Titles don't buy loyalty, fame doesn't guarantee respect, and fairy tales? They only work if the audience still believes. So, what now? Does Meghan secure a billionaire bailout? Does Harry finally break his silence? Is the Sussex brand salvageable? Or is the curtain falling for good? Drop your theories below. And if you thought this was revealing, wait until you hear who's reportedly offering Harry asylum for his royal comeback. Hint, it's someone from his past. And it's personal. Because in the end, Meghan didn't just lose a show, she lost the room.